Hello again. My name is Ryan. I am a Gene Keys guide, and I'd like to continue this contemplation on the Venus sequence. Now that we've taken a look at our sphere of purpose in relationships, we can move down this pathway of Dharma into the sphere of attraction, where we have the 63.4. And as we cross this pathway of Dharma, we become aware of these two underlying currents of evolution and involution. So, to begin, we are this potential, born-again revolutionary. And our sole purpose is to be involved in the world. So, we attract to ourselves the right conditions and relationships and experiences that give us that opportunity. And this is how we evolve. By remembering the truth of who we are, the truth of our inner light, and voluntarily descending down into the darkness and being a light unto that darkness. And there may be no darker place for us to descend than the 63rd shadow of doubt. And if we're ever going to realize our potential, we have to overcome our tendency to doubt ourselves. Because until we do, we're going to suspect that something is wrong with everything we are attracted to in life, from people and relationships to our own thoughts and feelings. Not because anything is actually wrong, but in order for us to recognize our own doubt, see it for what it is, and discover the truth that's hidden beneath it. The 63rd gene key is part of the Codon Ring of Divinity. So this is really divine doubt. And when I think about divine doubt, it brings to mind the story of Adam and Eve and the serpent in the garden. Because, well, what really happened there? Of course, it begins with a question from the serpent. Did God really tell you not to eat the fruit of that tree? And within that question was planted the seed of doubt. The serpent convinced us to doubt the word of God. And remember, before the serpent came along, we, Adam and Eve, trusted God wholly, without question, and we lived in paradise. So really, doubt is our original sin. It came before fear. It wasn't until after doubting God and eating the fruit that we became afraid. The 63rd gene key is also one of the 7 sacred seals, which in the gene keys represent these aspects of our true nature, which have been sealed from our awareness by a wound. And the wound of this 6th sacred seal is separation, which we can see from the story is created by doubt. It's doubt that leads us to become separate from God, separate from truth, separate from our divinity. In the story, we literally hid from God. And then, of course, we felt guilty for what we'd done. Guilt is the wound of the 5th seal. And then came rejection, the wound of the 4th seal. We were rejected by God and cast out of the garden. And so goes the story of our fall from grace, which all began right here with doubt. And of course, there's nothing wrong with any of this. It's been an incredible story. And it's all been an act of divine will, which is the 1st seal. The 63rd is also a scientific gene key about the logical mind and the search for knowledge. So really, our original sin is our first experiment. But if we're ever going to find a happy ending to this story, if we're ever going to solve the problem, then we have to look at the other side of the equation. If we were to inquire with God and say, God, how do we solve all the problems in the world? Or even, God, how do I fulfill my destiny? The answer, from the point of view of the gene keys, is the same. What is it? Use your imagination. That's it. I love these two programming partners of inquiry and imagination. Such a magical pairing coded in here to the gene keys. Because what they tell us is that the answer to all our questions, the solution to all our problems, is not only within us in some kind of abstract, almost meaningless way, but within our own imagination. And this points us to really one of the greatest keys of all, which comes in the form of another question. Are our dreams true? Is our imagination real? There's only one way to find out. Because all that separates us from this or any truth is doubt. Remember, our purpose is to be the adventurer, and we're here to live a romantic life, where our desire for truth attracts it to us in the form of inner light. And our mind perceives this light as words, pictures, sounds, colors, ideas, feelings, dreams, what we call our imagination. And we're here to trust in our imagination, trust in its divine source, and to live the life of our dreams. But of course, when we're in doubt, this doesn't happen. We go cold. Our heart closes down. We become confused by the answers life gives us. We don't see the truth. We don't see the light. It's obscured by this constant question of right or wrong, good or evil. And like Adam and Eve, we become afraid. So we never follow through on our idea for a book, or we never approach that person we long for intimacy with, or we're never honest enough to be truly intimate with the person that we are with. We grow distant from life. Our dreams feel far away. There's a separation between the life that we're living and the one that we imagine, and it's painful. You know, another way of understanding this 63rd shadow of doubt that I've found has been the fear of being wrong, or even the fear that my dreams are not true. And a breakthrough for me has been to see that it doesn't matter if my dreams are true, because what I'm seeking is not the fulfillment of dreams. What I'm seeking is truth. What I'm seeking is light. And the freedom that comes from realizing through experience that one of my dreams is not true is worth far more than the fulfillment of that dream ever could be. So, whatever it is we're afraid to be or do because we're in doubt that our dreams are true, we can take comfort in the idea that truth only comes after completion. And the only way to know the truth of our dreams is to live them.